welcome back. Thank you for checking out the video. Today I'm going to be talking about female body types and little things that we can do to address really common female body issues. My name's Maya. I'm a naturopathic nutritionist and a women's wellness coach with a special interest in women's hormones and just women's body image in general. So the first one I want to look into is the typical pear-shaped body. Now, a pear-shaped body can be very, very attractive. Now, just to get this straight, every body type is different. And one of the main things about getting comfortable with your body image is learning how to accept the body that you have and make the most of the body that you actually have, rather than striving for like the opposite type. So that's a common mistake that I see women have. Like a good, healthy pear shape will come to me and she'll be like, she'll show me a picture of like, who's got a completely different body shape to her. Gorgeous bodies as well, but just it's not that you're never going to achieve that body type, but the stress that you're going to have to put your body through to get there, it's just not going to be worth it in my opinion, and it's never something that I would encourage somebody to do. That's not my area. If you need more of an extreme like body transformation coach, somebody that specializes in like bikini athletes and things like that, because they would be better able to help you to achieve extreme body change, but of course the method is going to be fairly extreme as well. So that aside, the first one that we're going to look at is the pear shape. Now, as I say, the pear shape can be very aesthetically attractive when it's fit and it's healthy. But sometimes the things that characterize a pear shape, and you have to forgive me, it's the second time I've done a video on this channel when I've had a bit of a sore throat going on. So you have to excuse me, I feel a bit stuffy. So if I do come across as stuffy, then just please bear with me for today. So yeah, so we're looking at the typical pear shape. Now, as I say, pear shape can be really physically, aesthetically attractive, but sometimes the characteristics that come with a pear shape can be indicative of some hormones that have gone awry or some other functions that have maybe need a little bit of support in the body. And if we look at these things with a functional medicine approach, that is, we're not just trying to, exercise away the excess tissue that we've got there. We're looking at why it's happened in the first place so that we can kind of attack it from each way. So not only are we going to be doing the exercise to attack that tissue, but we're also going to be trying to interrupt the processes that are contributing to that in the first place. This is characterized by having disproportionately heavy legs. Sometimes these legs can be a little bit painful, they're heavy, they can be having varicose veins, a lot of cellulite, and just weight that is very difficult to shift from there. And these would appear on a woman who can be fairly lean in her upper body. She doesn't have to be, but she can be fairly lean in her upper body. But it is quite a noticeable, you'd know what I'm talking about if you see it. So they're sort of quite vascular legs, so you can see like a lot of veins. You can't see much muscle definition with this sort of body type. And they just look like they're full of water, because essentially they are. And the first thing that I'm looking at with legs like these, especially if there's got varicose veins present, is the circulation system. So for me, if you're somebody who is on this team no cardio thing, unfortunately cardio has been demonized in the industry in recent times, especially now that women are lifting weights, realize that we can lose body fat and get the bodies that we want without doing hours of cardio. We've almost gone a little bit too far the other way. So cardio really does have a place in a fitness regime, especially for a woman with this body type. Reason being that the reason why we're getting a lot of fluid settling in the lower body is because the circulatory system is not efficient enough to get everything moving. So we're getting a collection of water in the legs that can contribute to them feeling really heavy by the end of the day, or just feeling more sort of like puffy than usual at the end of the day. That's also going to be contributing to the varicose veins, because varicose veins are actually caused by a dysfunctional venous return. So that means that the blood's flowing back from the bottom half of the body. When it's flowing back up to the heart, it's not doing it efficiently, and this is going to be contributing to inflammation in the legs, because we've got fluid, we've got lymphatic fluid that is sitting there that wants to move around the body so it can be cleared from the body, and it's not going to be moving, it's just going to be sitting there, and that would cause a level of inflammation. Now, for me, this is a bit of a risk factor. Now, taking it away from aesthetics now, this is a bit of a risk factor because we're already seeing there's insufficiency in the circulatory system. And now we're also seeing that that is contributing to inflammation in the body as well, hand in hand. In fact, inflammation doesn't do a lot for anything apart from injury. But no, especially cardiovascular issues, inflammation is a no-no. We need to be addressing that. So what can we do about it? So the first thing that I would definitely encourage a woman with this body type to do is to incorporate cardio into her routine regularly. So that's walking, running is going to be really good for this sort of body type. And I know that it could be a little bit uncomfortable to start with, just because, you know, the amount of weight that you're sort of carrying on that bottom half of your body. The water retention as well can make it feel, I've had it before myself, you know, where I've had like water retention in my legs, not quite to the extreme that we're talking about, but it can feel quite sort of painful, almost like shin splinty, you know. So yeah, if we can just get past that bit, try and do a little bit of running, then that is definitely you're gonna see amazing differences. So that's the exercise portion. And this is a very quick video. This is supposed to be a really quick video. I'm literally just touching on 3 basic things that you can be implementing. So that's your activity one: running, jogging, or cardiovascular activity. Skipping would be really good. Trampolining would be perfect, because with trampolining, we're actually rebounding. So that's going to really stimulate the lymphatic system. Unlike skipping, it's like an impact thing. But with the trampoline, that sort of bounce action, that really stimulates the lymphatic flow. So if you can trampoline, that's brilliant. So any of you that have got kids, then maybe you can think about getting a trampoline for the kids, of course. The next thing that I would talk about is a supplement that you can take. So we want to be looking at things that are going to be stimulating that blood flow. Yes, you can get all these compounds from foods, but the only thing is, if you want to use it in a therapeutic way, which is what we're going to be addressing in this video, then supplements might be a little bit more beneficial. So any supplements that I recommend, they are going to be of really clinical grade quality, and I will link those in the description box below. And I do like to use supplements that are food-based as well. So that just means that your body is going to absorb them just as easily as it would do with food. So for this particular condition, 2 supplements that I would recommend would be ginkgo or ginkgo biloba. And that is essentially, it's a flower. So it's like an essence that comes from a flower. And what that does, a lot of people use it for mental clarity. And it's funny because I can see where they're coming from, because when I used this, I was using it for water retention in my legs. Had an office job, and I was finding by the end of the day, my feet were really swelling up. I had some other stuff going on at the time, which was contributing, but yeah. So anyway, I started using it then, and I noticed, I was like, I don't know if you've seen the film Limitless, but I was like, gosh, I'm really focused. Like my head was just like, but that's not what I was taking it for. But yeah, anyway, ginkgo biloba, it stimulates blood circulation. So yes, it is going to help with like feeling more energetic, but it's also going to help to keep that blood flow going throughout the day. So I definitely recommend that one. And there are other compounds that we can use to stimulate blood flow, but for some reason that one is recommended for water retention and heavy legs. Another supplement that I would really recommend would be vitamin C in quite high doses. So we're looking at sort of like 1,000 milligrams a day. Not only is vitamin C excellent for your immunity, which everyone wants a bit of at the moment, but vitamin C is going to really support the integrity of your blood vessels. Now, as I was speaking about earlier, with people that are showing that sort of heaviness in the legs, there is an indication that the venous flow isn't quite as good as it should be. And of course, there is a little bit of inflammation as well. So to keep that circulatory system healthy and keep those blood vessels strong, which we always want, especially with these sorts of conditions or any sort of predisposition to these sort of conditions, we always want to be focusing on keeping those blood vessels as strong as possible, keeping those walls nice and flexible. And vitamin C is an excellent supplement to do this. So definitely add some vitamin C in there. The next one I'm going to talk about is a lifestyle thing, and this is body brushing. Really simple body brushing. I'm going to give you 2 tips here actually. Both do essentially the same thing, but just slightly different ways. So first we're going to talk about body brushing. So we literally just take a body brush first thing in the morning, and then all you're going to do is use the brush and just do long strokes, ankle to knee, ankle to knee, ankle to knee, knee to hip, knee to hip, knee to hip. Do that a few times, maybe like do it for like 3 to 5 minutes. and then before you jump in the shower. And you're literally just going to take this body brush and brush up using little light pressure up the body, up the body, up the body, not on the way down. So the pressure is only applied on the way up. So you apply the pressure, stroke up towards the heart, and then take it off the skin, place it again, stroke up, take it off. You know what I'm saying? Do you want me to show you? Now you're going to see all my fluffy carpet on my leggings, but hold on. So let's just say that I'm doing the top half of my leg. I would go with the body brush, yeah? And then you move to the outer part of the leg. And you would repeat that. Just keep moving around the legs 3 to 5 minutes before you jump in the shower, and that ought to do it. And what that's going to do is going to, again, stimulate that lymphatic flow, because essentially that's what we always want to be doing with this body type, is just keeping that blood moving, keeping that lymphatic flow moving as well. Really sort of stimulating the lymphatic system. And the next one is a bath, and particularly one with Epsom salts in it and grapefruit oil. Grapefruit oil is really good for stimulating the lymphatic system. And then we can add another essential oil. Loads of them stimulate blood flow, but the one that I'll recommend today is clary sage or rosemary. They're both really good. So just, you know, pick the ones that you like. Feel free to email me if you would like a list of essential oils that you can use for your particular concern. But to be honest, there's lots of information around about essential oils. So yeah, just check those out. So you just want to look for anything that stimulates circulation, basically. These particular lifestyle things that I've just mentioned, they're really going to help with cellulite as well. So even if you don't have that really bottom heavy look that we're talking about, if you do get cellulite, which a lot of people do, even people that are like straight up and down, then these tips will help for cellulite as well. So it is now really dark outside. You can probably tell the light's changed since I started the video. It's taken me about 45 minutes to film this video. So yeah, you probably be able to see it's gone really dark. I've literally just got my 2 lights right in front of me, but you can probably see that it's getting a little bit dark now. So thank you so much for checking out the video. I hope you found these tips helpful. And if there are any sort of like other body type issues that you want to talk about, of course, you know, these things are not going to change your basic body makeup, but sometimes we can be doing things and we don't even realize it, that we're kind of driving it too far the other way. So it's always good to know these sort of like little tips that we can start using just to make sure that we're sort of like working with our body and not against it. So thank you so much for checking out the video. Any more suggestions, then please let me know. Drop them in the comments box. Or if you want to email me, you're more than welcome to as well. And yes, hope you have a good week. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you later.